Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our legendary Amenmesse Let's Play. We continue here for episode 2 from turn 3. Now last time we just conquered one region. We'll get the job done against Kerma, and then we're going to slow down a little bit before we take on one of these bigger powers in Kawa and Napata. Not sure which one we're going to go for first, but essentially they're both very big food provinces. Napata is food, which is pretty amazing, but also not that diversified. We'll get some wood because there are some ports. And then for Kawa, we have a little bit of gold splash in there, but mostly food once again. So both will be very useful for building cheap armies, but essentially this bronze is going to be king for this step here, as we need to build better units. Now, we have a decently sized army already. 4 of these mercenary bowmen. We'll tack on a few more. I think maybe 2 more at the end. We don't need that many archers, but our frontline units are quite limited. So I think we'll grab another one of these frontline units and mix in a javelin user. They're quite good at flanking around and throwing their javelin to maybe the bodyguard units and whatnot, taking out high armor targets.
Golden Prince.
We're gonna be grabbing this bonus first. The influence is a little bit extra that we can use. Basically, there's a milestone bonus at each of the tiers, and they're very different and very useful. So definitely plan things out, but mostly go with the titles. Since I decided that we're going to go for Overseer Sieges at the end of this build, we're going to be mixing it up between Presence and Ardor, and Presence just easier to max out right now to tier 5, and also we get upkeep reduction, which is very useful since this is going to be our main and expensive army. We also picked up an item. We're not going to use that on Amenmesse. Our axe is just so much better. We have breakthrough charge on it, which ignores charge defense and charge reflect, also doubles our charge duration. It's basically make Amenmesse as our only sort of line breaker unit. It's not great to throw your leader in there, but we'll see how we use this. And 10% extra armor piercing melee damage on top. So pretty good weapon that we have. We're not going to swap over to the sword.
Life is too easy.
And our second general is just kind of a buffer general at this point. He is just going to quickly grab this to complete our province. We'll get ourselves some gold. It has to be leveled up so that we can get the actual gold buildings. And we can pick a commandment, which is key here. Now, since we're not going to do much recruiting, we might as well just boost the happiness because it's not going up. Even with the reform finishing next turn, it's still going to be negative, so we might as well get 3 more points. And then I think we can recall him.
My time is now.
And that should turn our food positive for now as well. We can build some outposts. We have 2 shrines up already, and you can see instantly our influence is bouncing back, our percentages are coming back, these production numbers will flip, and we won't have any negative penalties. We might add a 3rd shrine in the future, but maybe not Amon. We don't need that much influence. It caps out. It's just the ratio of all the current influences, so getting more just means you getting to a neutral state. You're still splitting between 100% total. It's not like happiness, you can just buffer it for future losses.
Ever wise.
Our second province here, it's a little bit more interesting. We got the stone. There's a few things we want to build. Okay, let's go over here. We want to build the basic stone quarry, and we really want to build the stone carvers district because this makes everything cheaper. And that means we need the mustering hall upgrade. Not the mustering hall. Yeah, actually, it is called the mustering hall. Ah, it's named after a barrack. Becomes an overseer office at the very end. But anyways, we need this building quickly. We are short a little bit of wood. 26 wood. I guess we'll have to wait for a turn. Yeah, it's not worth trading for it. It's going to be way too costly. We can easily wait a turn. I think we can also get rid of this now. We don't need the bonus. We don't need the workforce growth. I could use a little bit of teardown resource. We can slot in either farmland or make this our recruitment station, which might be the better idea here since we have plenty of food coming from the other locations. We can grab better native units. We need a front line, basically. And I think Kushnite Spearmen might be our go-to frontline unit with 37 melee defense. That's going to be the unit we go to protect our archers behind. And we're going to kind of build up a good group of archers. I mean, we already have a decent army of them. Do we need an offensive unit as well? I think let's grab this first. Native recruitment's still going to be a major part of our build. I think we're going to be okay. Do we need any shrines here? As you can see, 11 points, keeping it positive. We don't need to mess with that. We have a lot of workforce, but we just don't have wood, so not much to build. Yeah. I expect them to have a new army up, and by the time we reach them, probably 6 to 8 units.
Rightful heir of
We finished our first royal decree. We're gonna go for Gift of the Gods. We have a lot of gold mine. We're gonna get more gold from them. And then we're gonna reduce the construction time for our management administrative buildings going forward.
rich beyond measure.
Can't see them, but we also can't reach them. They're currently... The administrative outpost boosts income for bronze. We'll keep that. Religious shrine, that's fine as well. I think it will get converted to our god, if I'm correct. We'll basically let them complete these. These are completed in a turn. They didn't build any forts or watchtowers.
I'll spare no expense.
We'll add
on
2
quality.
more archers here, and then attack them next turn. Alright, so we want to build this, so that we can build that. Workforce is knocked down. This also needs to upgrade, but once again, we need workforce so that we can at least get a farm here. Aside from the farm, we mentioned that this is an option because the upkeep discount is wonderful. Because recruitment takes time. A lot of time. I do think we go for one of these. It costs a lot of stone. We're not hoping for a lot of production here. We're just going to get more unit recruitment option here. So we will build that. And this province in particular, not only do we have bronze, which have building options that reduce the cost of recruitment, spreads across both banks of the Nile. So this is also part of the province. So if we get all the bonuses, we can recruit on both sides. Very flexible. Army will attack. Kind of already did everything there. Alright, we got this building going. Definitely popping this down. And we have not enough wood to upgrade that, which is okay. And we're also out of stone. Now this is just workforce. It's going to be... I think at the end, if we have a gold market set up, the hidden rooms cost 80 gold. We get 150 production, 90 production, lose 2 influence, build a shrine everywhere we have a gold mine. That balanced that out. Essentially, we're going to make 160 gold from each of these locations, and then, because we had to spend 80, and then we're also getting 50 bronze, 110 food, 40 stone, 15 wood, and 4 happiness. Is that worth it? If we don't go for this faction unique building, what else can we potentially build, right? Honestly, not much. I think we do go for it. Yeah, influence, we just balance it with a shrine, in this case. Alright, we don't have the stone for that, so we're just gonna leave that alone. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, we're skipping the outposts, and we'll attack that next turn. And we have our first ambition here. So these are small missions that you get from time to time. As you complete them in a few turns, you get a new choice. They're working on a way to minimize this screen so that you can actually check the condition of your campaign. Because some of these, you might not know if there is a region that focuses on bronze nearby. We happen to know that we're attacking a region like that soon, so that will be useful. If we look at all the options, this one asks us to get 8 units of native Upper or Lower Egyptian units. We're not currently located in Upper or Lower Egypt, so we're not going to be able to get those native units, and that's just pretty much impossible. But the reward is we get 10 auxiliary units as special recruitment options. Very useful, but not really something we can do. Get any bartering agreement, and we get 2,000 food and 300 gold. That is actually super easy to do. This is also super easy to do, but do we really need 2,000 bronze? We have a lot of buffer bronze right now. Couple hundred. I actually think we want this one. It's super easy to do. I mean, this one's super easy to do too, but let's do this. We want the food buffer because we're going to sit idle for a few turns, build up a decent buffer, and then go to war with potentially 2 armies burning through food.
On my terms.
Our army's strongest this turn, so we're going to try to make deals now.
In the name of duty.
Trying to use this to gauge who likes us the best. They want wood and... Huh. Could we give away some bronze here? They don't want gold. They have a lot of those, apparently. We could give away some bronze, I guess.
Welcome, friend. This should be interesting.
Alright, we enter into a bartering agreement. Let's say we give him 140 bronze. Right now he thinks it's a gift. What do I want back? I guess stone? Because wood doesn't make sense, because no one has wood. Doesn't feel like a fair deal for us. Because this is a per turn. Oh, this is per turn, right? What am I doing here? Wait, why is this becoming super fair for us? Wait, that ratio was just weird. Unless the AI was considering that we are going to go bankrupt from the deal and therefore we can't honor it. But this is much more agreeable. Especially since we're getting a bronze settlement soon. Alright, and we're getting paid for our ambitions.
It will be done.
Now, ideally, we also want to do a deal with them.
To my enemies. Come then.
Because we don't want to fight north. We want to fight south first. Non-aggression would be the best way, but they absolutely hate us. So, I mean, thanks to this trustworthy issue. I don't know why we start out with different levels of trustworthiness with every faction. It is per faction, so that's why we have various amounts, but overall, it's weird, in my opinion. They want everything, and they just have extra food. Well, I have extra gold. And you can give me 200 food for that? Nope. Just means it's probably beyond the scope of their extraness. I can't agree, huh? I just want a deal. I don't care about the actual amount, so I'm trying to minimize the amounts to a level that I feel is worth it. Let's do 8 gold for like 44. Yeah, we can live with that. See, that feels like a decent deal. Not really, but...
Proceed as planned.
Maybe because we were negative, they were rating us, like, poorly. These two factions. And you can see, we fulfilled our ambition. Now, sometimes ambitions will come with a victory point reward, and that factors into our victory objectives. That's why there's a ambition one at the bottom. It's not shown because they don't know which ones you get offered. And now we kind of wait for a new ambition to get provided to us.
Firstborn son.
But that's why we have a sudden burst of food. Alright, so they got 6 units here, plus the garrison. It's a decent army. They don't really give us that much credit here. All our melee units will take heavy damage. Cadmean victory. We're gonna fight it. Now, because we have amassed so many archers, most likely the AI will charge out of the settlement, which is not a style of fighting that our current front line can sustain. So a lot of those units will get injured, but we want to just basically choke them up either here or whichever exit has the easiest access for us to kind of block. They're all too wide open. Maybe this one. It feels like really downhill. So at least we have that going for us. The idea is pretty simple. Run these guys up as close as possible. We want to seal up an area, but obviously they're going to come out pretty quick. And then we have our long-range archers. We have some short-range archers, which we'll probably just end up getting rid of. We don't really need some short-range archers. But right now, at least for the conquest of our initial enemy, we need them. What to do with our javelin units? It's almost impossible to get him behind the enemy to be useful, so I'm going to put him on the other side and force at least one enemy unit to chase them, and that's how they will be useful. They basically occupy one enemy unit. Alright, I need to get them going. Run, 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 run. Oh, they're not coming out. Wait, they're not coming out. Alright, then they will eventually come out, is my theory. And to prepare for that, we're gonna get our guys into position. And we can enjoy our range advantage for a little bit. I'm pretty sure we can just rain down on them.
They cannot keep us out. We will triumph.
Alright, we can kind of see their range limit. So I can pulley squeeze this group a little bit more forward. And they can kind of just function as the front line here. We can get them into the hold stance. It's not a very advanced formation. They're not a very advanced unit, but essentially they're going to hold this line for us.
Making it happen. Kushites never miss. To victory.
We're going to get the really bad archers here. They're just going to stand and shoot. That's kind of their job.
Fighters of Nubia.
I want to get them out of the way so they can shoot unobstructed.
Only by command.
We're going to kill these guys. See if we can shoot into that. Ooh. It's designed pretty fair. We can't really... We have to squeeze through.
Into position.
And they can shoot at us. Okay. 3v1 though. Let's do this. Alright, they're not really obstructing each other. It is their bodyguard unit. They will take decent damage here. We might lose this guy, but I think it's okay. But honestly, we outranged them, so why should we stand here and shoot with them? Let's go back a little.
On the move. Arrows ready. Where were they hiding?
They're coming out. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Which also means this guy needs to be here to prevent them from running, but also we need to be alert so that they don't get chased down and just die for nothing.
Fighters of Nubia. Pushing on. To battle. To victory. Spear brace. And release. Loose arrows.
Try to focus the enemy archer units first. These that already clashed on the front line, you don't really have to care that much for them.
We will triumph.
I'll sit in the back.
Archers fire. Onwards!
Yeah, this should be just a death trap. Oh, run, 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 run.
Pushing on! Nubian marksmen! Release!
Can we have guard mode on so we don't run into them?
Stay put! Send a barrage!
Kill this group.
Archers shoot! Power and pride! Loose arrows!
Yeah, this should just be a death trap of arrows.
Release! Aim for their hearts!
And before they make contact, kind of want to shoot them. All their ranges are dead.
Protect us!
Now we just crossfire. And then once they all have contacted our line, we're going to charge in here and then flank. Get ready.
Vengeance and victory.
Break out. I think their job are done. Yeah, that unit will play army loss at the very end here.
Into position!
Alright, we don't want to
And release!
kill too many ally units. We're going to have the flank going. We're going to go for weak units.
Together, brothers!
Since our goal is just to rout as many as we can. Go thin, go thin. Oh, still trying to shoot, huh? I mean, if you guys can find shots. The AI think they have fair shots, then we go for the fair shots.
Into position.
Charge to that.
Bring death.
Squeeze
Into
across. Attack into that.
position. No! It cannot be!
Yeah, I guess there's some holes that they can shoot into. We can kind of pressure this area again, see if they pull back. Yeah, they got through. They're cracking.
Run, brothers, run!
Yep. Alright, stop shooting, stop shooting. It's gonna be a lot of friendly fire. Didn't lose that many. I would like to build some chariots, honestly, before we fight against a real faction.
Occupy the city.
Just because infantry combat, it's
Patience
kind of
is
sluggish. It'd be nice to have some chariots. So
I
to
will
that
take what
end,
is owed to me by any
we can
means.
take sort of a break and kind of downsize our army a little bit to get better units. So if we look at what we're building here, we can get Kushnite Spear Recruits with 33 melee defense, Spear Units, which has better formations, Spear Wall being one option, 65% range block chance shield on these guys, and they're good against chariots. Offensively, I don't care about that. Kushnite Archers, never going to recruit these just because we have massive range advantage on ours. These are going to be the upgraded version of those Spearmen. Definitely want these as well. I think we'll pass on the Clubmen. You can see these are still defensive. Their bonus is that they break armor with the clubs. So that's kind of what you use them for, to whittle down the enemy in long fights. The Longbowmen, they're the native option compared to our faction unique option that we have. Similar range, similar damage, less ammo, and less damage, I think, for melee portion of the unit. I don't think we'll get to this point. The range comes down, ammo goes up, damage goes up. The renowned Nubian Longbowman. This unit might be interesting. We kind of want this as our next building here. So I want to get this to the next tier. Oh, we also need this desperately. And then we also want this. This is what make this a good recruitment site. Free rank up and also reduce cost. So the buildings here is going to be this, this, and this. A lot of things need to be constructed. I don't think we're going to use the 3 workforce here. We're going to use 2 of them, but I don't think we're going to use that there. We're going to save it so that we can get this out next turn. We also need to save some stone for that. This will make everything else cheaper, but we do need bronze because we are bleeding bronze right now. Alright, so we can halt recruitment for a bit. I don't know if we need to delete units because we can always put them in forts. Places like Kerma, which we also need stone to build those. How much for this building that we're about to build here? 310. So we have to save at least 30 stone. We can spend 158. And I believe a fort costs more than that. 200. We don't have enough right now. I can boost production, which makes sense since this place has a little bit of everything. Oh, I can also reduce upkeep right away. Helps with food and bronze, nothing else. I can also delete some units, but like I said, I can put them in outposts as defensive options, and we don't have to lose them. It is hard to recruit. It takes time, basically. Alright, back over here. We just don't have enough stone right now. Either we trade or we wait. Or we take this. Two stone and a gold.
Amenmesse.
It will put us in contact with other factions, but I believe we can make
Welcome,
deals.
friend. This should be interesting.
We can make deals and enjoy the stone in the meantime. Yeah, we'll send the army out over here. It's just going to be very expensive for this army to do it. Yeah, I'm going to stay away, actually. Buffer that. Ideally, we fight... We fight them first.
I warn you not to wear out your welcome.
Can we be friends? I assume they only have food and maybe a little bit of wood. Yeah, that does not look very friendly. Right now it's because it's a gift issue, so we just look at this. How much stone do you think I can get? 50? Actually, that's pretty close. I can live with that. I'll throw in another gold. And how about you throw another 5? 4? Okay.
We agree.
So Kawa is going to be our first target. That pretty much decided it. We'll move the army back. And then we'll build our fort. Yeah, I think that's what we will do. We'll save the stone for next turn. It's our 6th turn. It's the 6th turn of this year, which is the first turn of the year, Shemsu-Hor. Essentially, this is the Egyptian New Year. We have new mechanics unlocked for us. Pillars of Civilization, which shows us the state of the world. It's the bar underneath all the icons. Local deities, we can finally look at the gods. We have our new command, which is right here. We have the choice of using gold to purchase a gold mask ancillary item, which increase our legitimacy. Or we can reduce the gold cost of all units and building until the next Shemsu-Hor. So if we don't use it this turn, then for the next entire year, the gold cost for us is reduced, which really only matters in late game. And then for courts, we are actually the Viceroy of Kush. So we have a position. It gives us additional gold income. I believe it's 50 per turn. Yep. And we also have access to Kushnite units as a special recruitment anywhere on the map. They're decent. Not super great, but pretty decent. And we also have 7 legitimacies. And we can spend 125 gold to get additional action every turn. We can purchase actually 200. Cost to occupy the seat. But yeah, we can buy court actions. We can buy multiple court actions. The price just keeps jumping up as we spend here per turn here. We don't need more court actions right now. I think we'll just start by butting up the Vizier. Gossip with him, build up regards. Once you have 60 regard, you can make a request. With him, it's pretty flexible. We can either do connection or we can do assassinate. I believe for us, there's a gold cost to everything because we currently don't have action. If we want to do it, we have to spend the 200. Normally, there's no cost. The figure just shows that we have to buy action. We'll do that every turn, and you'll see how that works. Player civilization, right now, we are pretty deep in prosperity. We mentioned how these settlements on the map with the ring shows that they are part of the pillars of civilization. If they're nicely leveled, not being burned down, we have our prosperity state. If we can dip into crisis at a certain point level, and if we dip below that, we'll be in collapse. And that will reflect on the events in the game, as well as certain building bonuses, resource that we can get, as well as the sea people, the intensity of the sea people. Our local deity, Amun, is our current god. We have 3 shrines, which is why we have 150 points. Each shrine's worth 50. Each temple is worth 90, can be upgraded to 140 for the second tier, I believe. And we acquire points to upgrade the bonus we get from each of these gods. And we also can have a devoted general after we reach tier 2. You can see the bonus here for Amon is melee damage and speed, as well as experience from battle. Tier 3, all these go up like once again, 600 favor required. And for us, obviously there is a little bit of story element to this, given our name. We are created by Amon, or fashioned by Amon, which is why we're called Amenmesse. So it's kind of in the name. The bonus, additionally, if we unlock additional god slots, which requires royal decrees, we can have up to 3. Eventually, we also have access to ancient legacies, next Shimsuhor. These last 2 functions will be unlocked, and we'll be able to pick an option that you create a god of a 10, which use any of the gods you have access to, 2 of them, combine their bonuses. You can see that the gods we have access to are Horus, Amon, Anubis, and Isis. It's based on location. Each province have access to 2 to 3 local deities. And as long as you own a piece of that province, you have access to more deities as you expand, and you can check their bonuses and eventually decide on 3. You don't have to just go with all Egyptian gods. You can mix and match with Canaanite gods and Hittite gods, but you just need to own a region. We mentioned, we have a lot of choices. We're probably going to end up picking another one. Anubis probably fits us. Not only that, each god has a cult center, so a settlement where they can build their ultimate temple and shrine, and you can kind of pray to them with extra bonuses there. For Anubis is Buhin, which is right above us, and we can gain his bonus. I like him quite a bit for chariots. You can see the devoted general bonus for armor and charge bonus, and in addition, his prayer bonus is kind of insane in my opinion. Minus 12 morale to all enemy units for the next few turns, and you get reduced fatigue buildup. This is tier 1. Tier 3, enemy units lose 24 morale at the start of battle. That's massive. You also get missile range increase from the shrine bonus for your own missile chariots in the region. You get increased range. It's only 5%, but it's something. And if you're recruiting chariots in those regions with a shrine, you get +4 morale on recruitment. I do wonder if these stack, because it says, well, the missile range is sort of 4 armies in this region, but the morale bonus is in this province. You technically could get multiple shrines in a province. If that stacks, that's a lot of morale as well. Not sure how it works yet. We'll test this out. But first we need to eventually get a second god slot, which will take us a little bit of time. Alright, let's see. Amenmesse is going to move. We kept their buildings, so we can... Oh, this shrine did not change. It is still Isis. We're not praying to this god. You can see it doesn't fit. So we're going to actually tear this down. I can convert it to one of our gods. Do we want another shrine? I don't think so. We're in a good state. I don't need 10%. I think it's overkill. We have a way station. I would prefer to get maybe a trading post here. But we are going to interact with the way station. Prevents desert attrition, which is pretty important. Also gives us extra movement. We get 50% of that movement back, and then additional movement, which puts us here.
Double the patrols.
Do I want to recruit a few units here? We could. It would stress our food out a little bit. Maybe not yet. We're hoping to get a few upgrades on these. That stone cost is kind of insane. We want this first. And then we probably want to upgrade this, get more stone. That probably something we don't really need. I'll rather maybe get this. Yeah, I can't imagine this being this expensive. 680 stone? Jeez. Alright, we're kind of out of workforces here. We're going to build this later. Have to wait for work. Yeah, pretty much stuck. 200, and I guess we can look at the other province first before we decide where to put that money. Both of these are pretty much on the front line here. Once again, not enough stone. Alright, rather build the fort. Since we're attacking down... Actually, it doesn't matter. We'll build it over here. Eventually, this is most likely the frontier. This is going to be safe, and we can kind of keep a more safe building down here. The entire southern front should be ours eventually. We'll play the long game. Our happiness is terrible in our second province because our royal decree only works in our first, so our building time is increased. Yeah, even with all these bonuses, with the +3, we're still running at 0. Mainly because we have idle workforce, but we'll figure it out. Is our bronze production picking up? Next turn. Okay. Yeah, we need that positive. I hope he's just going to grab that. We have abundance in Lower Egypt. This is because we're in prosperity. More chance of getting a positive event like that. Yeah, I wish we could punish that, but we can't. So if we had more resources, aka stone, I would probably go for this and just increase our bronze. But that's our only source. We are going to instantly complete this and start saving on all buildings instantly. And we honestly need more stone. It's a significant jump. 60 stone here. So I think we prioritize this, as stone is what's holding us back. We don't really need more food. We can start building these. 2 workforce. 2 workforce. Actually, let's spend the gold first. Yeah, as you can see right now, there's no gold cost.
Egypt smiles on such generosity.
Rightful heir of Egypt.
We can interact with this.
Aid me in my vengeance.
And then march over here. This will be quite a few turns. So even though this is kind of our target, we can't really use the army that we have right now to fight it. Oh, I guess why do we have to march?
Stand easy. Moving on.
Alright, we're good. We need a much better front line. Yeah, he's just going to go claim that. I mean, good for him. A new ambition, because we finished the other one. Heavily's 2,000 gold. Gold prestige 2. Plus 10 deal evaluation for everything except for barters. We can slap a lot. We can basically sign non-aggression pacts with everyone with this. Yeah, this sounds insane, actually. We're gaining about 100 gold per turn. This sounds really good. This also fits what we want to do in that we want to build 2 armies to conquer, but I think we can get this done first. The general we recalled back is ready to be summoned again.
Amenmesse. Guard this city.
Do we spend the gold though? Our building choices might change because now we don't want this. Because we don't want to spend any gold. We need to make more gold. We need to make more gold and try to get to that point where we can get to 2,000 gold faster. Yeah, I think that's the goal here. We need to get this building up. Maybe we...
Worldly warrior.
Maybe we can spend the gold. I think we can still get to what we need to... where we need to get, even if we spend 76 here.
Driven by injustice.
Because we can save so much upkeep here by putting our expensive units in. We also want to dump some of the trashier units that we're not going to bring with us in future battles. This just reduces our pressure on food and bronze. We're going to use these couple turns to kind of build up and save up.
I am the soul of Ra, and this is the heart of all Egypt.
Do we want to kill someone? We could also assassinate someone. Who are these factions? Wasset. No one near us, so it's fine. Not really urgently wanting to kill Dad. No, we don't want to build those. At least not yet. Yeah, we don't want to build those. We're good. We also get the 10% gold bonus from the Royal Decrees, which is going to come out very soon. Guiding Hand. The last thing I'm sure either of us desire is a conflict of interest, my dear friend. So I would ask that you remain idle until I concluded my business. Oh, someone wants to buy us a turn of court action for 50 gold. Start a threat plot against the High Priest of Amon. I don't want to do this. Or do I? Alright, we'll jump in here. Since we're trying to stash up the gold. So essentially what happened is we gave up this action. We were given 50. And there's a current plot against him. And we're part of that plot now. And threaten basically means we will become the new high priest. On failure, we'll lose 1 legitimacy, +1 for each faction this plot is reviewed to. No one knows about this plot yet. Someone has to gossip with him to find out. I'm okay with losing a little bit of legitimacy. I don't want his job. I like the Viceroy of Kush. So please fail. If 29% succeeds, then we are in trouble. Because we're losing 50 gold per turn for that, if that happens. Alright, quicker build. Not ending turn.
Amenmesse, golden horned. I'll pay any price for victory.
As you can see, the native unit choices have increased, but not the ones we want yet. We want better ones than this. We're trying to save up the stone and the workforce. It will get there next turn, actually, if we just don't spend much this turn. But we also don't want to be too stagnant. Yeah, expanding our gold mine, probably a very good idea right now. It's going to delay our recruitment building. But there's also the chance we can wait for an ambition that's related to recruitment after we finish this one. It's still growing, but it's not getting to that 80% mark, so I think we gotta pop in another shrine. Because we currently only have 1 shrine. Shrine is here. So for the sake of like interaction locations, this is probably better. Because we pray to this to gain experience per turn, huh? Alright, I'll build it here. More stone are gone. Yeah, there's nothing else we can really build. Yeah, we're not making any deals until this finishes. Because all the deals are going to be great. We're going to be the gilded, just like how the game calls us. Everyone watch us come into their court with all this gold and decides, you want deals? We'll give you deals. Faction destroyed.
Endlessly wealthy.
Yeah, we're taking a pretty passive approach here, but I think it's going to be okay. $578. It's always next turn if we don't build much, but we also need this, and that costs stone. And workforce. Wait, should we get this built? Yeah, I think we should actually get this built. With 49 growth, we'll hit 2 every time. Because it's 10 points for the first one, 30 points for the second one. Alright. But it also means we left no resources for this. Oh, this doesn't take much stone. Only 50 stone for 50 food increase. Science up. I mean, I doubt these can be built right now. Yeah, a lot of stone.
I am the soul of Ra, and this is the heart of all Egypt.
The only thing we have to worry about, if he dies, then we don't get to use these regards. I can get 3 court action. I don't think we're killing anyone. There's not enough time to get a plot to like get tiered up, because the way you can get the increased success chance is you basically have to tier them up by asking people with actions. So I think we actually just go for the connection. Get us 3.
Not trying to take advantage of my generous nature.
And we can... I don't want elite warriors. Reduce recruitment cost next year for 6 turns. Are we building up next year? I'm not sure. Cheaper buildings. Embezzle. I don't think we have time to do it. Embezzle. It costs money to chat with Dad. And we don't have the money right now. Maybe we're gonna recruit units next turn.
I knew there was a reason I liked you.
We can use the action next turn before Shemsuhor and basically have a reduced recruitment cost for a type of unit. Probably Spearmen, right? Because we want to get that front line ready. Yeah, 200 per turn. If we can just squeeze out 20 gold somewhere, we get this done in 5 turns and do all the diplomacy with all the neighbors, except for the one we want to kill. And then we recruit our army and then we go kill them.
Firstborn son.
Not a big increase. We might save this turn, actually. Yeah, not much to build here. Not much to build here. Saving for this. Gold increased again. So now it's looking like what? 4 turns? 4 turns. Yes, I don't think we need to rush this anymore. Also don't think we can get this one first. We'll just sit on this. We'll save for this.
The divine court bids you welcome. Here you serve at my behest.
Alright, we should have cheap units next year. We're gonna save the stone, be a good boy, and try to actually get our recruitment building built. And then take advantage of the cheap spear units next year. Very generous, actually. Can we spare 17? If we spare 17, we're at what? 224? 224 times 4 turns, 880, 896, 896. Yeah, that's okay. We can do that. because we get 103 stones per turn increase. That's very useful right now. We are at our second Shimsu Horde, and we have access to all the mechanics now, Ancient Legacies and Power of the Crown. We'll take a look at both. We also finished our Road Decree to reduce the construction time, so we're having a very nice setup here. Recruitment, military and recruitment building, decreased timing. It's not going to be ready in time for our archer build, for our native recruitment building to be built, because we're building it now. It's 4 turns here. That's not going to be helping us. More stone. It's kind of what we need. More food will be definitely something we need soon. Maybe we just go for this dedication slot. This is the quickest one. The other one's 9 turns here. Well, it's arguable because it's 5 turns. It's the same amount of turns because this takes 5, this takes 2. Arguably, this is more useful. Alright, we're going down this way. Same amount of turns. We've been saving it up, and we're not going to look back. Get us those spearmen. They better be good on the battlefield. Alright, we spend all the workforce here. There's still a little bit of stone left. I'm thinking we might need another shrine here as well. You can see the influence is actually tipping down. We can maintain it, but we can't get it over 80. So it looks like we need another shrine, which is going to cost us some stone. 2 shrines already. Have to build it in one of these locations. Let's see which one's better for a shrine. Probably this one. Closer, safer. That's probably a fort. The lands has not been claimed yet. They claimed north. They split this province. That's fine. We're going to be friends with most of our neighbors in the beginning. We'll slowly tear apart those deals. Maybe. When we do end up upgrading the settlements, since we're not recruiting units here, we could get this, given it's a very gold-intensive province. It hurts happiness quite a bit. Which means for our final building slot, might be something like this, where we get a little bit of everything, a little bit of happiness on top. I don't like passive garrisons. Yeah, maybe we'll probably end up building a temple at that point. Alright, got the shrine production up. Yeah, it's a decent amount of food. Let's upgrade that. Ancient Legacies. This is where things get really fun. We're going to do Hatshepsut the Merchant. We can send caravans around to distant land and grow the wealth of our empire. So we basically load up our carts with resources. Each region of the map, they're preset, produces certain goods, and essentially if you want to produce this good, maybe it's like a gold nugget, you have to pay equivalent amount of gold. So like if our region produces gold, which I wouldn't be surprised, maybe each gold block will cost us 200 gold resources, and we get a gold block that our caravan will carry. And then once we go to a new destination, we can trade whatever we have with whatever they have, and they determine the value of whatever we have by whatever they need, which we can check beforehand. And there are also items, there are also like faction-wide bonuses, troop bonuses, resources, and you can travel for multiple points, make a big circle, and then come back, obviously taking longer. but you can find what each area wants, which everyone produces, and kind of match them so you get max value, and you can kind of transform what you have into a lot more using this. So this is super fun. I think this is a great mechanic. Unfortunately, a lot of the legacies, I mean, there's multiple legacies which I think are very powerful, but you can only pick one, and once you pick one, you're locked in for the entire campaign. Not gonna regret this. I think this is definitely the top one for us. We're in Kush, so we produce fruits and training bows. I was expecting gold, but that's okay too. So you can see the resource equivalent for each, which means we have to pay 400 food to bring an oasis fruit with us. I mean, I think it's pomegranate from the picture. And then we have Kushnite training bows, which are 30 wood per bow. And then we can bring them to other locations that goes beyond our borders. Look at them. They get gold. Why can't we get gold? I mean, right now we can't really give gold because we don't have, we're trying to store 2,000. You can see what we can offer, right? The items we have, including that common sword, what their trade value is, and what the trade value of the bow and the food. And when we want to bring it into our cart, the cost will be taken away from our inventory. And you can see what each region produces and what each region wants. And if they want something, then the value will be higher than this. If it's not on the list, it will just be 10. If it's on the list, it will probably double. I don't know the exact math yet. And we can trade for what they offer. And then we can take what they offer to another location. We can kind of plan out our caravan path. So let's see if anyone actually want oasis fruits and bow. I doubt anyone close to us will want that because that's going to be super easy for us to make money off of that. But maybe someone. If no one, that's fine too. We just got to figure out supply and demand, right? It's pretty straightforward. And it's pretty clear nobody wants what we produce. And that's totally fine. We can just look at what other factions produce and what they want. So they want wood, they want wheat, they want bronze, stone, statues, bronze statues. They have a bunch of gold stuff. They have log of ebony. They have a lot of just the rich stuff. And you can see some items. You can trade these items for any of these effects listed. You can pick once you come back with your caravan. You go out, you make a trip, you come back. All right, give us a moment to figure out where we can make a deal. So I guess the Western Desert will be a pretty good location. They produce the stone, they produce bronze, they produce copper, stone, statues, granite blocks. So essentially we can come here, load up on some stone blocks, stone statues, and bronze from what I see so far. Take them to Upper Egypt. They value stone. We can even get the granite block as well. They value granite block. So these two. And then dump it off. And I don't know what we want with those. Offers ropes. They want bronze. They have wheat. So we can trade bronze for wheat. Cedar logs. Cedar 10. Well, they value those, but we don't have those. I don't think we're going to go that far on this one trip. Maybe as far as Upper Egypt, but if we go back to... We can trade the stone statues here. Yeah, we can trade the stone statues here. We can just basically make a pretty basic loop. Trade the statues we get. I mean, we can just grab food or gold. Come back with gold. We can also take the bronze and the statue and the cedar that we can grab. Wait, I thought we could grab cedar somewhere. No. Only up here. That is far. Canine beer. Or we can do a long trip if we're not in a rush. Wheat from the Delta, bronze. Anyways, we're definitely going on a trip. Give them a sword. We do have a lot of wood that we're not really using. 300 might be a little steep. Let's do 150. And then food, yeah, bring like 4,000 with you, even though we're recruiting next turn. All right, we'll go halfsies. So the value that we're bringing is 125, and we're going to use this to start trading. We're going to go to... Oh, we have to pick a location first. Definitely going Western Desert first. It'll take us 4 turns to get there. There's just a lot of stuff that's in demand. Literally everything except for the copper ore. Yeah, does no one want copper ore? I mean, we can bring it back and just use it as copper, right? That's what this is. Sorry, I gotta do this again. And we're going to Western Desert. In 4 turns, we'll get a prompt, we'll trade there, and then we'll move again.
Decisions will be made and taxes taken.
Shimsu
So
Hor.
proclaims the god
The
king.
plot's resolved. We failed. We lose, I think, 1 point to them. Not a big deal. Maybe we'll try a plot. Maybe we'll try to embezzle and get some gold. So we'll start working on him. But I still like the 3. Yeah, having 3 actions is pretty good.
Kindness will be remembered.
So we're going to work on
I
him
swear it.
first.
Ruler of Kush.
I don't think the discount kicked in yet, nor is our building ready. I think it will be ready 3 turns. A little tight. Can't rush. We won't get it done. It's going to be fine. Ideally, we also recruit during these turns to get another 15% discount. Yeah, we're super greedy. With 52 stone and not enough wood, I think we're just done here.
You will face the mightiest sons of Egypt.
This might have something to do with our courts. I believe they are the one we targeted. But they're super far away, so... Now, the bonus points, the 10 points that we'll get once we get enough gold, which will happen in 2 turns, applies to everything except for barter deals, which means it should also apply to peace
Warrior of
deals.
Egypt.
I believe he hates us because of... That doesn't say, but we can take a look at the court.
I am
Haha,
the
yep,
soul
that's,
of Ra,
it actually makes sense.
and this is the heart of all Egypt.
We plotted against him, and he's now declaring war on us,
Seeking my favor is very sensible indeed.
even though we're super, super far away. Alright, is it cheaper now?
Viceroy of Kush.
Yes, cheaper. It was 320 last time, saves us 80 per unit. These are the Kushnite unique unit that we get. Wait, these are the ones we've been trying to get, but this is for special recruitment. I'm going to save this. This goes beyond the recruitment slot. This is for emergencies.
Rightful heir
2
of
turns. Can't do that. Can't do that. Yeah, we do want that. The shrine's going to be finished by that time.
I will do great things.
Why are you... Wait, he wants to go claim that. I'm not sure if I'm okay with that. We're gonna go stop him. That's a display error, and they double the numbers whenever you recall them for some reason. I like this general.
The might of Nubia.
We'll keep him on the field. I'm going to run him over here and grab this before they do. We gained a trait for sitting still, I believe. Oh no, in low happiness settlements. Irrelevant one. The good thing about traits,
Amenmesse.
they are in pairs, and we can definitely kind of turn things around with this, as long as we are going to be in a settlement with high happiness. So it's not a big deal.
So begins your demise.
The chain war declarations. We have a decent army here for defense. It should be okay. Trade our court action. This is just straight up trade for 50. We'll be there next turn. I don't need this 50. We're refusing this. We hit 250 here as well. The 2 shrines finish in the same time. I can devote a general and get the bonus with the 12% melee damage for the army, 12% speed, and 25% experience from battle. Doesn't really work well with our army composition, but since we only have one main army, I feel like if we don't give it to the main army, you know, who would we give it to? So we could also give it to our secondary general, who could be built for more of a melee thing. We could hold it.
Shines on me.
Run.
Ready for the road. For freedom.
Be welcome in the court
He got
of
kicked
Benedetta,
out.
beloved of the gods.
Dad favors us.
I knew there was a reason I liked you.
Yeah, we're doing the 3
Driven
action
by
trick again.
injustice.
We're gonna recruit next turn, maximize the bonuses. It finishes exactly on time, and we're gonna get the bonus also exactly on time. Just we got a couple war decorations before then. We do need to scout ahead in case they do come down and attack us. They are not that far using the Nile to get to us, so we have to be careful here. Probably want the bronze building to go up first. Although we do need more stone. I mean, just because they have this option here, which is really good. Yeah, if we can afford it, there's no reason why we shouldn't. Diplomacy, it's too early. Next turn. Once again, not a bad deal. It does not slow us down. We can use the stone to build. That's basically our bottleneck resource right now. No more war decorations. Let us get through this turn. And we get shine like the sun. So here's where things get real fun. Positive numbers. Now we can't get resources, because if we get resources, it becomes a bartering deal. But we can basically get non-aggression sign with anyone we want. Now military access is a little bit more difficult, but things get closer, right, with this type of deal.
I fight for Egypt.
I also think peace numbers also shifts a little bit. But essentially, we can secure non-aggression with our neighbors and just focus on a few enemies. Napata, we probably wouldn't sign it, but places like Buhin, we can sign it first. And also, even some of the Western Desert factions, who usually should hate us, we can probably squeeze a deal through. This is a turn we get the maximum recruitment discount. We have access to the more experienced unit. They're going to be the cheapest, you know, level that we can possibly get. Also, decent amount of starting rank, because our bronze settlement had finished this building. And we didn't get this one, but, you know, what we can get, we're happy to get. Actually, this turn we'll get the tier 1. Next turn we use the gold to rush this, because we have so much gold sitting there. Yeah, actually, we can rush this. No, we can't. We don't have the workforce, even if we do rush this. So, don't mess that up. But we're going to end the episode here. We'll come back next time, start start building up our army officially. They will do a quick colonize, and then I think I'm going to disband him. I'm going to get a different general, the one we had in the beginning. I know he has 3 points, but our title is not a recruitment bonus. Our title is Fire on the Run, and then we'll basically have 2 generals recruiting. I'm going to be recruiting out of both of these provinces to be efficient with the slots. So I'll put a general over here, and then we'll sail down and attack them together. 2 stacks should do it. We'll be bleeding food doing so, but we'll take advantage of our outposts on both locations as we recruit and set up. One army might be slightly cheaper spear units. They might be the more expensive spear units. They don't need to be a full army. And then we'll basically just head down together and see if we can take this faction down. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and see you all next time. Bye!